Have you ever wondered, can potatoes actually grow well in grow bags? Well, so did I. So last year, I put it to the test in the form of an experiment and tried not just one grow bag, but 4 different sizes, from 5 gallons all the way up to 50 gallons to figure out which one performed best. And in today's video, I'm gonna share with you the winner and which one I'm gonna be going with for this upcoming season. So to provide some background context on this, last spring, I first mixed a blend of soil that was 75% compost and 25% ProMix. Then I started filling up my grow bags. For environment 1, I'm going with 5-gallon grow bags, and I'll be using 3 of them to ensure we have a bigger sample size. For environment 2, I'm going with 10-gallon grow bags. For environment 3, I'm going with 25-gallon grow bags, but I'm only doing 2 of them just due to the sheer size. And for environment number 4, I'm going with a massive 50-gallon grow bag. Once I had a few inches of soil down, I then added 1 handful of worm castings and 1 tablespoon of 444 superfood to each of the grow bags. Then it was time for planting. The variety I'm going with in this experiment is Warba, and I'm placing 1 seed potato in the 5-gallon, 10-gallon, and 25-gallon environments. And as I did this, I felt like the 25-gallon grow bag could fit more, so I set up 1 more 25-gallon grow bag and placed 3 seed potatoes into it. And lastly, for the 50-gallon grow bag, because it's so massive, I put 3 seed potatoes into this bag. And once all the seed potatoes were in, I covered them with about 8 inches of soil, as the more of the stem that's buried, the more potatoes will develop. I then gave each environment a big drink of water and added a 2-gallon-per-hour drip emitter to each bag for automatic watering all season. Lastly, I covered all of the environments with 2 inches of garden straw, as potatoes are huge eaters and drinkers, and this will massively decrease evaporation. All right, all the environments are set. I think I nearly broke my thumb trying to put those 1/4-inch connectors into the main line. But of course, good news, everything is all set and ready to go, and this experiment is underway. So just before we go to our first update, I'll put my hypothesis out there that I think environment number 3, the 25-gallon grow bags, are going to be the winner in this experiment. But of course, we'll find that out over the course of this season. So let's now fast forward a few weeks for our first check-in. All right, it has been a couple weeks since we kicked this experiment off. Going at a bit of a different angle here because Grow Bag City is expanding by the day right now. And so for this experiment, we're gonna do a quick update on things today, and I'm really excited about where everything is at. So getting started with our 5-gallon grow bags, as you can see, the potatoes are starting to break through the surface. And based on the height of these grow bags, we don't have any space to be hilling them up, adding more straw, so we're just gonna leave them as they are. The 10-gallon grow bags are in a very similar position, with them starting to poke through the surface. And because we do have a little bit more space at the top of these ones, I'm now gonna top them up with a little bit more straw. This could help them grow a few more potatoes, and it will help keep more moisture in the soil. Now for our 25-gallon grow bags, this is where things start getting really interesting. So as you can tell, we still have a good 5 or 6 inches of space in these bags. And this is part of why I'm so excited about this size. So what I'm actually gonna do is remove the garden straw for the moment, and now I'm gonna hill these potatoes up all the way to about 2 inches from the top. And this is burying more of the stem, which could result in even more potatoes for us to be harvesting and enjoying. And then for those top 2 inches, I'm just gonna put the straw back in place to ensure that they're covered so that none of that water gets evaporated by the sun. And remember the 25-gallon grow bag that I put 3 potatoes into? Well, as we can see, all 3 of them have now sprouted, are beginning to grow. And between you and I, this is the environment that I think is going to give us the best bang for our buck and could be a really great option for growing potatoes moving forward. And with the 50-gallon grow bag, I did the exact same thing. Simply removed the straw, and then I hilled the potatoes up. And because this bag is even bigger, I was able to put basically a full wheelbarrow of soil on top of the plants, which could just mean even more room for new potatoes to grow and more spuds to develop. So all the environments are now set. I am really excited about this experiment. I haven't had tons of success growing potatoes in grow bags in the past. I've gotten very average or moderate harvests off of them, but I've also never grown in a grow bag larger than 10 gallons. And of course here we've got the 25, we've got the 50. So I'm really excited to see where this experiment is going to go. So with that in mind, let's fast forward for our next update. So I think this will end up being our second last update on this experiment. And what's really interesting about this is, again, every variable has been the exact same. Same soil, same amount of straw, same variety, same amount of water. But what's really interesting is those in the 5-gallon grow bag, fully dead, totally crisped. These aren't going to grow anymore. I could harvest these right now, but those in the 10-gallon grow bag, also just about fully dead, a little bit of life still on them, but nearly totally done. But the reason why I'm not harvesting them is because when we go to the 25-gallon grow bag and the 50-gallon grow bag, those ones are still totally green, full of life. And so what that means is that they're still absorbing energy from the sun and putting that towards developing spuds or potatoes beneath the surface. So it'll be really interesting to see in the next update, does that actually result in a bigger harvest, bigger overall yield? So with that being said, let's now fast forward for our final update and harvest these potatoes. Now, just before we get to those final results, I hope that you're watching this video in the springtime right now with the garden starting to wake up so that you're able to implement all the learnings for the upcoming season. Because that's what the spring is all about. Cleaning out your spaces, building new habits, and setting yourself up for an amazing season. And one thing that I've been thinking about a lot is sleep and the fact that we spend 1/3 of our lives in our beds. And maybe it's just because I'm getting a little bit older now, but I really feel it when I don't have a good night's sleep. Which is why I'm thrilled to share that today's experiment video is sponsored by Birch Living. What I love most about Birch is they've gone all in on natural hypoallergenic materials. We're talking organic cotton and latex, natural wool, things that actually belong in your home. And for myself, I'm trying to reduce the amount of synthetic materials in my life, especially somewhere that I'm laying 8 hours per day. See, before Birch, I was using just a cheap mattress and would constantly be overheating, tossing, turning, waking up the next day with all sorts of little aches and pains. But since switching to Birch, take a look at this. I'm finally starting to get my first sleep scores in the 90s. See, if I don't get a good night's sleep, I'm basically just like a zombie the very next day, just going through the motions. But with a good night's sleep, I'm way more creative, I'm way more productive. I'm really trying to squeeze the absolute most out of each and every one of those days. So just as I invested in my sauna and cold plunge, for me, this is really all about upgrading my sleep environment because like they say, health is wealth. So if you want to join me in upgrading your sleep environment from April 1st to April 17th, Birch is offering 20% off site-wide. Simply head down to the link in the description of this video or scan the QR code on your screen to check them out. Now, let's head to those final results. All right, the rain is coming down, and as you can see, the plants fully died off now. There's no more growth happening beneath the surface, which means that today it is time to be harvesting each of the different environments and see what impact the grow bag has on overall potato harvest and yield. Let's get to harvesting, and we're gonna start with our 5-gallon grow bags. All right, so the first two did really, really well. And then for some reason, there were no potatoes in that 3rd grow bag here. But for basically just 2 grow bags, I'm not too upset about that. I'm gonna put these to the side so we can harvest our next environments. And then we're gonna weigh each of them at the very end to see what the difference is from one environment to the next. So let's now move on to the 10-gallon grow bags. All right, so there's so many on here that they're actually falling off of this tray. I'm gonna need to upgrade it to a larger one here. 10-gallon grow bags performed super, super well here. They are smaller in size than what I get in the raised bed, which is really interesting to observe. You know, I harvested the exact same variety maybe 3 weeks ago out of the raised bed and significantly larger in size. But honestly, this size is delicious for eating, like almost better from an eating perspective, just a little bit less volume. So really, really happy with how these did. Let's now move on to the 25-gallon grow bags. I'm really excited about these ones. Remember when we planted these a few months ago, I was super excited about the size of those bags. So let's see how they did. All right, we're only 1 potato in and I'm already needing to upgrade to a larger tray. This is so good. For one potato that I've planted to get this many, like this is on the same par, on the same level as what I was getting out of my raised bed over there. I'm stoked about this. Let's see if we can do the same thing with the next two. From 3 potatoes, look at this. From 3 potatoes that I planted, 25-gallon grow bags, I'm pumped. And I'm especially pumped about this because a couple years ago, I tried doing this exact same experiment, growing potatoes in grow bags. It failed miserably. But the last couple years, I've kept on experimenting, figuring out what exactly potatoes need in order to grow super well. And the proof is in the potatoes. I was gonna say pudding, but then they're potatoes, so it kind of works. Now, remember when we were setting this experiment up, I was thinking 25 gallons, I was putting the potatoes in, and I was almost thinking like, I think you can fit a little bit more in here. So the next one is a 25-gallon grow bag with 3 seed potatoes in it. And I'm super interested to see how it does, because if it's anywhere close to this, and we can get more bang for our buck out of the grow bags that we have, I'm stoked. I'm fired up about that. Let's see how it does. Probably wondering, why am I putting this up on the wheelbarrow? I want to do a full-on potato excavation on this one. We're going to sacrifice this grow bag for this video. Thank you, grow bag. Thank you, Vivosun, for sending me these grow bags. If anybody wants to get their hands on some of these 25-gallon grow bags, clearly they work pretty well. You can do so down at the link in the description. Let's get to it. Right here. I'm just gonna start kind of brushing stuff to the side. Woo, there's the first one. All right, so we definitely didn't get as many off of those 3 in the one bag as we did off of the 3 in the individual bags. So nonetheless though, like, I don't take this as a loss at all, because for me, that's an amazing learning that I have now for next season. And I know that if I'm gonna be planting my potatoes into grow bags, I'm not gonna be planting 3 seed potatoes into one 25-gallon grow bags. However, the last grow bag that I did is double the size, 50 gallons, and I put 3 potatoes into there. I'm so happy with past Jordan setting this experiment up and thinking through these things, because now I'm so curious to see, does that perform better than this, or even maybe better than the 3 individual 25-gallon grow bags? Let's find out. Okay, this has been so cool to see the differences, and like not what I was expecting in some ways, and certainly what I was expecting in other ways. Let's go ahead now, get them on the scale for the final weigh-in on this experiment. We're gonna get started with our 5-gallon grow bag. 5-gallon grow bag environment comes out to 1,305 grams. Pretty good, definitely a good starting point. Let's now move on to the 10-gallon grow bag environment. Woo-wee. Okay, so that comes out to 2,453 grams, nearly exactly double from the 5-gallon grow bag environment. So we're pointed in the right direction. But we clearly know and can see right here, we got a lot more in the 25-gallon environment. Let's get into it. Obviously, these quite a bit bigger in terms of size as well. And yes, I know I could have rinsed them off beforehand. I'm weighing a little bit of dirt. Deal with it. All right, so this scale's about to hit its limit in a second. Okay, I'm gonna pause there. And that comes out to 5,168 grams. So literally from 3 seed potatoes, more than 5 kilograms, or more than like 10, 12 pounds of potatoes. I'm absolutely thrilled with this. And just before we get to the last 2 environments, like if this is what you want to be happening in your backyard, I know exactly how to do it. This is why I want to be helping you out in bringing that dream garden to life. So again, if you want to get harvests like this out of your garden, head to the link in the description to join Grounded, my online gardening club, so I can help you out in bringing your dream garden to life. Now, let's get into our last two environments. Again, keep in mind that this third one here is 25-gallon grow bag, only one grow bag, but 3 potatoes planted into it. Let's see how we do. Okay, and that comes out to 2,667 grams. So one way that we could look at this is obviously planting 3 potatoes into a 25-gallon grow bag performed way worse than 3 potatoes into 3 grow bags. However, if we did say 3 of those bags, the same 3 that we might already have on hand, and put 3 seed potatoes into each of them, we would end up with more than the 5,000-ish grams that we had in the 3 25-gallon grow bags. So kind of take that and do with it as you like. Maybe do just 1 potato, maybe do 2, maybe do 3, you choose. Let's get on to our last environment, and this one was shocking to me. I could not believe that the 50-gallon grow bag was as low as it ended up being. Let's go ahead and put these in here. Honestly, I'm gonna be scratching my head. If you've got any ideas on why you think this one might have been lower, let me know, but I would have thought that it would have at least been bigger than, the 25-gallon grow bag that had 3 potatoes in it as well. It's a bit of a strange one. Okay, and this comes out to 1,433 grams. So really interesting that it was so much lower than the other environments. I do have a feeling that if we were to do it again, we'd probably get a higher result, but we'll never know on that one, or maybe we will, maybe we'll do it again. But what I am really curious to do is I literally did not think that you could grow potatoes in a grow bag just as well as you do in a raised bed. But following what I've seen in the 25-gallon environment, I'm really curious to do that as a future experiment. So I'm definitely gonna continue playing around with 25-gallon grow bags for my potatoes. Let me know down in the comments what size of grow bag you're going to go with moving forward. And that's all for today's experiment video. So excited with these results and what I've discovered in this one. I'll catch you in the next video.